Hello, good evening, and good morning. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, Agent 56, with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. And this, of course, is Cosmic Connections. We meet on Wednesdays around 8:30. That's Eastern Daylight Time. And we talk about the astrology of the week and do some spiritual messages as well. I wonder how your week is going today. We're going to review a little bit about the full moon we had on Monday. That seems like a long time ago, 48 hours ago, long time ago. And we'll talk about the lunation, the last quarter square that takes place on Monday, the 26th. And we're going to review the important cosmic event that also occurred on Monday, the 19th. And that's when Saturn and Jupiter came together and had their first square along their path of 20 years. So that's, astrology is all about cycles. There's many cycles. There's like what we do here every week. We do a mini cycle. We're talking about the moon, but overlapped is always some of these bigger cycles with the bigger planets and more important, more powerful planets. So welcome into the room, everybody. I appreciate you being here. And here's the question of the week. Have you noticed a change in your perhaps mood or outlook since Monday? Are you feeling a little bit more exhaled out, a little bit more relaxed? I know I have. I was really wired over the weekend. And because this particular square involving Gemini and Pisces was very strong in my chart. And again, a square is an internal tension-packed reaction that makes us want to move and do things and accomplish things. But the planets in question, one is abundance and one is contraction. One of the planets is the brakes, that's Saturn, and one of them is the gas. And interestingly enough, I actually had a problem with my brakes with my vehicle. It couldn't have happened at a better time, right? That the brakes started grinding noisily. And so fortunately, I have a nice family who's helping me out with vehicle issues, because otherwise I would be without a vehicle because I have bad brakes. Hi, Alexandra. Oh, you're having a lot come up and yet a new hope. I like that response. Alexandra mentions that. Yeah. So think of the past 2 weeks, and then Monday was the climax day, and then there's an exhale and there's new hope. I think that's perfectly well said. Hi, Janet. Hi, Terry. Hi, Joan. You've been very playful. Love playful. I get to see you soon, Joan. Yay. Hi, Donna. Hi, Linda. Hi, Marcianne. Hello, Jean. Thanks for being here. Hi, Jojo. Great to see you. You Pisces, you may have been feeling it especially strong the past couple of weeks. Yay, John, you're here. Hi. And check your emails soon, John. Not right away, but soon. Good evening, Rodney. Hi, Mary. Hi, Edna. Hi, Leslie. Thanks for being here, Candy. Hi, Marco. Hi, Valerie. Hello. So that's the premise. That's our hypothesis tonight, that especially the mutable signs, Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, Gemini, and all those parts of your chart may have been under exceptional pressure and duress in the past couple of weeks. And then after Monday, well, maybe even starting today, you may have noticed it, a sense of, although today's aspect was really interesting. I'm not sure when it was exact. It was pretty spacey. So yeah, and I exchanged my tension to spaciness, which I wear that well anyway because of Neptune. All right, so when did that happen? Neptune and the moon at 5:54 p.m. I know exactly what I was doing. Nothing. So a couple of hours ago, I was saying to myself, when the moon was conjunct Neptune, What should I do next? So there may have been a confusing but kind of pleasant aspect. This is all Eastern Daylight Time, by the way, and you can make the adjustments. Well, without further ado, oh, well, Mary, you're a Virgo. So, of course, very intense couple of weeks. Again, the mutable signs were really feeling this. Good evening, Peggy. Hi, Paula. Thank you for sharing. Hi, Patty. Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for being here. Alexandra's Pisces mom is having a lot of changes. Exactly. It's just kind of fun to track that. And we learn from each other when you share. So I appreciate that. Either share the webinar in process or shares how your week went. Again, question of the week. Were you feeling a sense of relief, perhaps after Monday? So let's bring the slides into your focus. And we're talking about the Leo full moon phase on Monday. And here's the chart for the full moon. Reminder, the full moon's Sabian symbol was a felled tree, ensuring wood for winter. That's 27 degrees of Aquarius. And so where the Aquarius was falling in your chart, wherever it may fall, you may be looking ahead. What can I anticipate? What action do I need to take? Not necessarily for the winter, but for the next step. What do I have to do to prepare for the next step of my life? So that's our preparing for winter aspect with the full moon. The full moon, interestingly enough, I'm going to be talking about this tomorrow night, by the way. I'm going to be doing a deep dive into these two events. You can go to my website and sign up if you'd like for the class. And I will admit to you that I was not thinking strategically. I should not have had the class on Thursday because many of us, including myself, have been watching the Democratic National Convention. And Thursday is kind of like the climax, right? But it's interesting because this full moon is on top of the United States' moon in its natal chart, 27 degrees. So when we look at this timing of the convention, is so interesting because remember, the moon is feminine and the presidential candidate is a female, of course, not the only first female candidate running for the highest office in the land, but Ms. Harris, this is also activating in her chart, this full moon. So it was very good timing. Could have been scripted to have the DNC this particular week. We'll be talking about that tomorrow night. And I realize a lot of people might not want to come to the class because we'd be watching in real time what's happening. But no worries, I'll be talking about it here on Cosmic Connection. In any case, the sun was sandwiched between Vesta and Mercury at our full moon. So I think what that's saying to us, because Mercury's still retrograde, that we may need to return, go backwards in our memory banks and recall and reactivate certain Vesta types of activities. Vesta is one of those spiritual asteroids that reminds us to do spiritual practices. So in times of trouble, in times of chaos, it's very, very good to go back and do something ritualistically that connects you with spirit, that connects you with the divine. Whatever that might be, this full moon is drawing that out in our awareness and consciousness, I do believe. And it's dialoguing with the moon. So again, I put this little comment on, we're thinking about spiritual ways to ensure comfort or ensure safety within our homes, within our families. The moon is all about nurturance, protection, and safety. The moon is also square Pallas with this lunation. Pallas is the advocate. Pallas is one of the career planets. So that square might be reminding us it's time to get busy to ensure that our business or our advocacy or what we like to do in the outer world, perhaps volunteer, etc., is in good stead, is safe and secure. And we're wanting to get organized with a square. I think that's one of the options that squares present for us. trying to get together and push things forward in a new way. So again, this lunation is in effect for this week. And I also put the chart of the square between Jupiter and Saturn, which occurred a little later in the day on the 19th, around 5:46 in the afternoon, Eastern Daylight Time. Okay. So one of the things, this is a reminder to you, friends, that astrology is so much about a narrative. There are, storylines that occur in layered effects throughout our lives, throughout the lives of the collective. Back on 12/21/2020 was the first time, really in many hundreds of years, that Jupiter and Saturn came together. It was called the Great Conjunction in Air. And a conjunction means close together in the sky, which marks a business cycle and a societal cycle. Jupiter, again, expansion, Saturn, contraction. First time in many hundreds of years, it was in the sign of Aquarius, the Great Conjunction, moving from, Earth in 2020. No, I'm sorry, in the year 2000, which seems like long, long time ago, much longer than 20 years. But that was May of the year 2000, we had a conjunction. Every 20 years or so, every 20 years, we have Jupiter and Saturn come together, and they map out a journey that is in effect for 20 years. Along that path, there are squares, tense points, and oppositions, illumination points. This is the first square. So this square that occurred on Monday, in some ways is making us remind ourselves of what life was like for ourselves collectively and personally back in 2020. Here's the punchline. Of course, we want to be personal, but we also want to be mundane. What was happening in 2020? Of course, that was the first year of the pandemic. And coincidentally, as this particular square was occurring 8 days ago under the square, the WHO, World Health Organization, decreed that Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, is an international, I'm quoting now, an international concern, an emergency which requires an international response. And in the third paragraph down from their website, of course, there's a great reminder that there are vaccines on the table for Mpox. I'm like, whoa, talk about timing with astrology. We thought 2020 was a bad dream and forever out of our awareness and consciousness. It's coming back. And so please be aware that this square, and then also when Pluto goes back into Capricorn, that's September 1st, we may be hearing a lot more information about international viruses and the international response, fill in the blanks. Just letting you know, it's like on time with this astrology. Back to the personal. So what I was saying last week and this week, we may be feeling a little bit more overwhelmed, this push and pull. I have so many things I have to do, but I don't have the time to do it. Now, Saturn is the ruler of time. He's the old man, time lord. And speaking of time lords, make sure everyone, I know many of you have already done this, but please make sure you check out the website of Cosmic Intelligence Agency, which I put in the beginning of our time together, and register for your free edition of Time Lords. It's a fabulous journal. I'm very proud to be a part of the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. We are on a mission to co-create with astrology, right? Astrology is not like a puppeteer situation, but we want to know the energy so we can co-create. And the Cosmic Intelligence Agency is also the co-creative intelligence agency. There's a lot of overlap as well. So anyway, this was peaking on Monday, this particular square. So we might be feeling, phew, I'm out of my overwhelm. And that's the hypothesis. Moving forward to next Monday, we have on the 26th, we have our last quarter square. and that's highlighting Gemini in our charts. Gemini. The Sabian symbol is holly and mistletoe, reawaken old memories of Christmas, which is a very cool Sabian symbol, especially considering that the new moon in Leo, which occurred 2 weeks ago and 2 days, okay, so that would be how many, whatever, I can't do the math, 14, 15, 16 days ago, we had our new moon in Leo. And the Sabian symbol for that new moon was the sea captain recollecting about his life, rocking on the cottage in his rocking chair, remembering the good old days. On Monday, the 26th, there's another type of reawakening, remembering old memories, especially of Christmas. This is the Sabian symbol, 3 degrees of Gemini. The moon will be conjunct Sedna. So in the air, so to speak, especially next week, when the moon is making this square to the sun, Sedna is being activated. Sedna is the storyline of the feminist, feisty female who was thrown overboard by her father up in the northern waters, and she was deliberately, in some versions of the story, Sedna was killed by her dad. But the idea that women have to break free from the patriarchy. So that's kind of an interesting storyline that's coming alive next week. So be aware that the consciousness may be directing some of those stories right into our brains. Just the way astrology works. Venus will be opposite Neptune next week, and that's a confusion alert. We may have confusion regarding money or love. We may be putting our rose-colored glasses on to try to deal with some of our disappointments, perhaps in love and or finance. And of course, what's been going on for many, many moons has been the conjunction of Eris with Chiron. That's reminding us that this is time in 2024 to heal our deepest wound that was very much activated back on 4/8, the solar eclipse in Aries at 19 degrees. And now Eris, which is chaos, is next to Chiron. So that's reminding us, how can we stop the chaos? How can we stop upheaval? And of course, we are seeing a lot of that in Chicago this week. Last note, I think there were 50 people who were arrested with the protests outside the convention. Okay. Hi, Norma. Hi, Linda. Hello, Paula. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Trisha. Mary Grace. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Crystal, Peggy, Angela, Alexandra. Okay. Good evening, Debbie. Hi, Rory. Some Scorpio signs here. My goodness. Yeah, so many signs in my chart are listed on the precursor page for tomorrow's class. No wonder you're feeling so off kilter. Hey, Kathy, we have to get our date books together, okay? I'm going to call you right after live tonight. Hi, Lynn. Leo. Happy birthday, Leos. Hi, Sabrina. SP. Hi, Sherry. You have followed a sense of relief. I did too. I really did. I'm not a Gemini, but I have a lot of mutable in my chart. And I felt like this exhale. Even though things are even kind of objectively worse. I mean, I had that car problem. And with car problems come car bills, right? But I'm like, ha, ha, ha. I'm feeling less stressed. But anyway, Mercury's still retrograde. Let's take a look how this next week's energy will be playing out in your lives. So if you are in Aries, this upcoming lunation beginning on Monday through the week up until our new moon, that's right around the corner on Labor Day, by the way, you're going to be looking at your paperwork, Aries. You're going to be looking at ways to access your time management skills. You'll be going through your clutter. You'll be connecting with your siblings and just trying to get organized. It's a great week for the Aries to get organized. For Taurus or Taurus rising, it's time in the next week or so to take care of the business of making money and, translating your skills into creating another income stream. So it's very financial for our financial sign of the Tauruses. For Gemini, all eyes are on you beginning next Monday with this lunation. You're going to be feeling a little bit more I guess courageous, charismatic, busier than normal. So expect to do a lot of extra work next week, Gemini. For Cancers, it's the opposite. You're going to want to rest, retreat, meditate, kind of go underneath the covers longer. It's a time to be gentle with your physical vitality. For our Leos or Leo rising, this is all about a week of connecting with your tribe, with your friends, and being grateful for the people who are in your life and letting go of the people who are no longer present in your life and be okay with that. For Virgo, it's about time for you to get organized with your career, your work, your responsibilities that are outside of the domestic realm. So take care of business, Virgo, next week. Libra, Libra rising, thoughts of wanting to escape next week will be on your short list, whether that means an actual trip or it might mean, I don't know, perhaps learning a new course, learning something new, learning astrology. And please, if you're not signed up with my newsletter, I'm going to be doing a free astrology complimentary class next Wednesday, right before live, talking about the classes I'll be running for the fall semester. Scorpio, it's about power next week. It's about your financial power, your psychological power, your spiritual power, and power is always better shared, sharing your power with others to empower them. For Sagittarius, this energy coming up is all about your partner. It's about you becoming a better partner, being honest in your endeavors and in your sharing with your BFFs. Capricorn, the week's energy is about taking care of your health, doing whatever you can to become healthier and more considerate of yourself with your diet, nutrition, movement, and sleep. For our Aquarius friends, you get out to play more this upcoming week. You're going to be very, very desirous of connecting with your inner child and doing hobbies and just having fun, having a little romance. Make a date night with your significant other. For Pisces or Pisces rising this upcoming week, tidy up the home, get a new piece of furniture, Pisces. It's very domestic oriented, and get along with your family members. Maybe have a family reunion. I don't know, but that's for our Pisces friends, taking care of the infrastructure and the emotional structure of your family. Like the glass I'm drinking from? I do. All right. Let us now do a shift. We're going to do some spiritual work. Stay with me. Stay in the room if you'd like to get a read. It's all very random. I close my eyes and I put my mediumistic hat on. By the way, if any of you are in Western New York, you want to have a lovely afternoon, join me at Lilydale Assembly. Tomorrow, I'll be the messenger, the medium, giving messages to people in the audience at 2:30. It starts at 2:30. We go until 4. I would love to see you. I would love to see you down on the beautiful grounds of Lilydale. I beg your pardon. That's Friday, not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm teaching a class. You're welcome to come to that at 7. Friday is the messenger. See what happens when you have Neptune opposite the moon? You get a little spacey. All right. Perfect for doing readings. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words to be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. I'm with Mary. Hi, Mary T. My thumb came to you, my dear. My thumb came to Mary Taravella. Mary, as I'm tuning in with you tonight, you just gave me a little hint here because I was just feeling, as soon as I saw your name, my thumb came to it, that you're going through a lot of solar plexus concern and worry. And you shared with us about your career. I think I want to offer you a message from your mom. And she's saying, she literally is saying, take a deep breath. She was a very practical woman. And every one of us know what I'm about to say. Exhale, breathe, and be. Your mom is just, let me give you something to remind you of your mom. She's showing me the particular types of goodies she would make for Christmas time. They were like kind of drop cookies. I think they were through that cylinder, and they're kind of butter cookies. She says, honey, sit down, have a cup of tea, have a cookie, and don't let the fill in the blanks get you down. She didn't like to swear. I'm not going to swear as I'm giving you this message either. She was a lady, but she was very strong. She's got your back. She's saying, stand up to, and she's showing me two people in administration who are giving you a hard time, that you're wanting to change a classroom or change something, but you have to be very strong and tell them with no uncertain terms that you're here to serve, and that they would, the administration, be derelict in letting go or punishing someone who has such a track record as you. She wants you to believe in yourself. That's the message from your mom, Mary, and I'm giving that to you with a lot of confidence. You might want to take this time to use the astrology, make some appointments with the powers that be after Wednesday, if you can, of next week, when Mercury goes direct. I leave that with you with a lot of love and blessings. Okay. Okay, my next person I'd like to do a reading for is Trish Newman. Trish Newman, are you still in the room here? Okay. Whoops. Sorry. Okay, Trish Newman. You're very welcome, Mary. And I think everyone's sending you the highest and best for you. Trish, my thumb came to you. Are you still in the room, honey? Okay, beautiful. Thanks, Trish. As I'm tuning into your energy, I want to say that you've got a lot of, I want to say, grace, discernment, and determination that's been well, you've gone through a lot in your life. I mean, we all have. But I want to say in the past 4 years, you've proven to yourself that you're a real fighter and a survivor. I'm feeling perhaps health. I'm feeling family issues. But the words that come to me when I tune into you are grace, determination, and discernment. And that you're taking some time. You're doing all the right things to take care of yourself. You're kind of going within. You're spending more time in meditation or prayer or being in nature. This is what I'm getting for you, dear Trish. And you're doing the right thing. There's someone in spirit who wants to remind you of her role in shaping your strong sense of spirit and strong sense of connectivity with spirit. And that would be a grandmother. And I think it's on your mother's side. And she's coming in here and she's saying that you have had people push, they misconstrue your kindness for lack of strength. There's a saying like that: don't confuse kindness with weakness. And because you're very graceful and you're very good at having etiquette, go to where your Libra falls in your chart, and that's what you are always trying to do through music, through art, and through design, balancing and creating beauty around you and your loved ones. And she's saying that she's very proud of you, and she tried to convey those lessons to you when she could. I'm seeing that this eclipse that's coming up on October the 2nd, the solar eclipse, will be a relief for you. Something you've been striving and working towards, a goal, will begin to materialize. So look forward to October, Trish. That's what I'm picking up for you tonight. And I leave that with many blessings. All right. Okay. So my friends, pretty good timing. You know, I'm right on time tonight. Sometimes it doesn't work so lovely. But anyway, I will see you next week, Wednesday. Remember, the Monday quarter cycle is going to motivate us all to get things accomplished. And then we'll be talking about the new moon in Virgo, my favorite time of the year, next week. And keep in mind that astrology is a guide that can give us true wisdom when we work with the cycles. We don't beat ourselves up so much, right? If we're having a bad day, because if we have a bad day, don't worry, it'll be great tomorrow. And we're having a good day, no worries, it'll be bad tomorrow as well. Life is one big circuit. Ah, all right. Love you guys. Thanks for being here tonight. See you next week. Have a wonderful week.